It's another Sunday and time to watch another edition of your darling program, Osun in Progress, where activities and achievements of Gboyega Oyetola-led administration are highlighted. Today, we shall be beaming a searchlight on the Ministry of Water Resources and Energy in the state, and we'll be speaking with the special advisor to the governor in that ministry, Adeniran Ibitoye. My name is Rafael Hamid. But before then, let's look at the activities of the state government for the week. The week started with a mega empowerment program organized by a lawmaker representing Ife-Ijesha South Federal Constituency, Lawrence Babatunde Ayeni. The event, which was held at Ilesha Grammar School, was attended by the governor, Gboyega Oyetola, and the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Timothy Oweye, who preached the word of God.
He's a philanthropist. He's a good representative for people and lover of masses. Looking at his antecedents as a politician, you will all believe with me that Ayeni has given much to people in terms of empowerment, in terms of encouragement, in terms of development, and in terms of self-reliance. There is no enough words to use to describe him.
Addressing the beneficiaries, Governor Gboyega Oyetola appealed to them to make good use of the materials. He described the lawmaker, Babatunde Ayeni, as a man of the people.
Realize that on a yearly basis, we will use his own resources to empower a lot of people, give them training, and still give them equipment to practice the skill. It's something very unique, and we must commend him. He has all the opportunity in the world to use his resources for himself and the family, but has chosen to really touch the life of a lot of people. We need to encourage him, and I expect people in his category to emulate his humanitarian gesture. I think it's something that we're really proud of. I commend him for supporting the initiative of the government. I commend him for lifting up members, not only our party, but the generality of the people in the nation. And I think it's something that we should do.
In 2000, I decided to float a FBIN Foundation, and I promised my God that every year I'll be giving back to the less privileged, because I've suffered a lot, and God made me the kind of counselor then, because I don't even have any hope when I became the majority leader of Osun local government. And since then, God has been helping me. Became Lagos State parliamentarian, that is House of Assembly, for 8 years. And here I am. I'm now in Green Chamber. There's nothing I look to my people to celebrate my birthday, 60th birthday, to give back to our people. It's not the issue of the party. It's not the issue wine and dine. But I know that at least 50% of those people that I'm giving their tools today will have something to feed their respective houses.
The event was used to mark the 68th birthday of Babatunde Ayeni and was attended by members of the House of Representatives who came to represent the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila. On Monday, hundreds of people who came to celebrate Easter in Osun State enjoyed free train service back to Lagos. The free train service, which took off at noon on Monday, was sponsored by the state government as part of efforts to improve the economy of the state during the festival. Addressing journalists in Osogbo, the State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives and Investments, Bode Olaonipekun, says government will leverage on rail transportation system to improve the economy and create more employment opportunities through exports of products.
We all know how the expenditure for individuals will always be at festive period. And the way the government will help in alleviating all these heavy financial burden during festive period is to also make sure that in whatever ways that is possible, whatever they are going to spend on transportation is taken off the entire burden of the festive period.
Well, I feel good, like presently. Feeling great going through this transport system because it's my first time and I want to experience how the railway transport is.
Bode Olaonipekun also encouraged residents to always pay their taxes as a means of reciprocating government's gesture at making life more comfortable for the people. On Tuesday, the state government inaugurated Osun Ease of Doing Business Council in Osogbo with the aim of ensuring enabling environment for investors. It's also aimed at boosting economic growth, ensure comparative advantage, human potentials, and trade coherence. Represented by his deputy, Governor Gboyega Oyetola said part of his administration's efforts in this direction is the establishment of Osun Investment Promotion Agency in 2019.
As the current administration continues to work towards attracting investors into the state, a critical factor for success in this strategy is to ensure that deliberate actions are taken to remove constraints. Our administration has also prioritized patronage of local businesses in our determined quest to support the growth of indigenous businesses.
Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, said the federal government is committed to encouraging a competitive business environment characterized by sufficient and efficient infrastructure to support sustained economic growth, to further retain and attract much-needed investment in Nigeria.
The Buhari administration is committed to encouraging a competitive business environment characterized by sufficient and efficient infrastructure to support sustained economic growth, to further retain and attract much-needed investment to Nigeria, to facilitate private sector-led growth and development.
This will inevitably channel the state through structural business reforms that encourage broad-based growth where the quality of life, livelihood, assets, and standards of living of Osun individuals will be enhanced.
Same day, the state deputy governor, Gboyega Oyetola, paid a condolence visit to the family of Yinka Odumake in his hometown. The deputy governor, who was accompanied by secretary to the state government, prayed to God to be with the family and grant the deceased eternal rest.
Strong critics, government policies, and affairs of the nation. We believe strongly in Nigeria that should ideal. They have been very, very supportive of our government in the state of Osun. That we call upon him for ideas, opinions, and support. He's always there for us. He's a proud son of the state of Osun.
On Wednesday, the state deputy governor was also in Ejigbo to attend the 3-day fidal prayer held in honor of wife of the former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Najim Salam.
wọ́n wá sílé ayé wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé ìgbé ayé gidi ilé ìtẹ́ arápẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú ọmọ wọn ẹni pé wọ́n ṣe ẹ̀sìn wọ́n ṣe tó àti bó ti yẹ wọ́n dẹ̀ fi lé ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run á tán sáfẹ́ rere ọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ òdìbò ká náà kì í láti gbà lórí ìmọ̀ràn pé gbogbo tó ti sọ sílẹ̀ láyé ìgbà tó wọ́n ṣe wáàsí ẹ̀rọ amúlò torí pé ilé ayé yìí àfọ́bà àti sílẹ̀ ni gbogbo apátálá jẹ́ gbèsè ikú ọjọ́ tó máa sán ló yàtọ̀ tá a dẹ̀ mọ̀ ọlọ́run fi hàn wá ó sì lè jù wá lọ.
The chief imam of Offa, Sheikh Salman Hussein, delivered sermon at the event.
Ọlọ́run tó ṣe pé olùkàlù ga kọjá tí ò ní lẹ́gbẹ́. Bá ti jòkó bí alẹ́gbẹ́ ìmáàmù Ọ̀fà bàbá ìmáàmù Èjìgbò tẹ́ gba wa lálejò ìmáàmù kìíní kan àwa ẹgbẹ́ nù kódà wájú ì ó lójú ẹ tó ní tòkó sí. a nílé tí ìdìde fún rẹ̀ tí ó sọ pé ààyè mi kọ́ ẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà níwájú yìí mẹ́ta lẹ pín sí ẹ̀yìn kan bá kádàrá dì mú ẹ̀ dìbìtì ẹ̀ nínú yín ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ dé àkàn bá dì mú wọn ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ dé àkàn sì tún ronú kó ba tẹnìkan jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè débẹ̀ iye tẹ́ pín sí náà nù bẹ́ẹ̀ kú bàtà ara yín jẹ́ ìdínkù tẹ́lẹ̀.
Same day in Abuja, Governor Gboyega Oyetola delivered a keynote address at the second annual colloquium of the Sultan Masido Institute for Peace, Leadership and Development Studies of the University of Abuja. Governor Gboyega Oyetola, who advocates key roles for traditional rulers in national security, also called for a decentralized police system for effective security of the country.
Tackling insecurity, a collective responsibility. Our recent experience in which insecurity has challenged education, peace, economy, and other spheres of life has laid credence to Abraham Maslow's emplacement of security as one of the foremost in the hierarchy of needs. This realization underscores the need for our leaders and professionals, including traditional rulers, political leaders, academics, religious leaders, and corporate leaders, to constantly collaborate to brainstorm on ensuring peace for proper security of lives and property of our people and the prompt containment of growing challenges. We must inevitably now engage our traditional institutions. Governors particularly cannot afford not to look in the direction of the traditional institutions. This is because every conflict is local, and as such, traditional institutions cannot be left out of the scheme. Traditional rulers know their people and also have better strategies for engaging them. Therefore, we must ride on this to be able to protect our nation from implosion. In Osun, as in other Yoruba societies, traditional rulers are the creators and custodians of the proud and rich cultural legacies of our forebears. As such, our people consider royal fathers as the embodiment of the values, morals, and culture of a given community. Beyond serving as the custodian of every element of culture and tradition, traditional rulers embody the definite identity of the people and as such are referred rightfully as the custodians and descendants of the gods and forebears, whose spirit provides sustained guidance for the people.
While acknowledging efforts of the federal government at ensuring peace is guaranteed in all parts of the country, the governor also stressed the need to eradicate poverty and hunger. On Thursday, the civic engagement program of the state government continued in Ibokun, in Obokun local government area of the state. The team is led by the special advisor to the governor on civic engagement, Olatunbosun Oyetiloye. Olatunbosun Oyetiloye solicits support and cooperation for the present administration, led by Gboyega Oyetola, in order to take the state to a greater heights.
It's a governor's program to interface with every social structure in the state of Osun, bringing the governance into the doorstep of the people, you see, and for them to come up with their requests and demand, and to energize the governor and the government what they have done so far in their various communities. We have 9 federal constituencies. There is no constituency out of these 9 that the governor has not approved a role within that constituency. And in a short period of time, we will swing into action and the people will be feeling the effect.
Participants include members of various informal groups, traditional rulers, farmers, and other members of the public.
Every merit, every award that has been given to this man is deserving. It deserves all of them because he's a governor that works very hard to reach the people and to touch them, to make people feel the impact of government in their lives.
Inú mi dùn because kì í ṣe pé campaign lálébí iṣẹ́ tá a lè fojú rí tí wọ́n ti ṣe àti tí a fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ tó nítorí ọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí wípé bóyá níta tó fẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe sí èmi sì wòye pé tí kò kẹ́ báyìí bá dá tí mò ń bọ̀ láti àdà sí ìdájọ́ máa wọ ọ̀nà ìtorí ní sẹ̀sẹ̀ rí lé nínú máa wọ̀ pé ọ̀nà lórí báyìí àmọ̀ bí ìgbòsàn tí ọ̀nà yẹn wà fún ìgbà pípẹ́ irú nǹkan bí eléyìí mo rò pé tí ìjókòó ìwà fún ni pé ká jíròrò bí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bí ó ṣe máa tẹ̀síwájú.
Similar program was held in Igbajo, the hometown of the chairman of All Progressives Congress in the state, Gboyega Oyetola.
Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ awakọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun National Union ní gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pátápátá la sọ̀pọ́ọ̀tì ìjọba Oyetola lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ìjọba tó lọ ìjọba ẹgbẹ́ tiwa ni oṣù ló fà wá lé Oyetola lọ́wọ́ àsìfílẹ̀ òun náà láti tún ṣe lọ. Gbogbo wa pátá la ní òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ẹni tó ní nọ́ọ̀sì ní dókítọ̀ ní mẹ́ká ní tísà kò sí ẹnì kankan inú ọ̀dẹ̀ kankan tí ò tí ì sí òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kò sí mẹkáníìkì tí ó lò lóṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba lé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ẹgbẹ́ awakọ̀ inú wa ń dùn torí pé bùkátà àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba yìí ti yọ kóònù bùkátà wa ó sì jẹ́ kí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ ìjọba Oyetola tọ́jú òṣìṣẹ́ kọjá wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ tí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo wa la nílé tó sì ń ròyìn pé àwọn fọwọ́ sí ẹ̀ẹ̀kan rẹ̀ sí i.
Also during the week, the distribution of rice under the Osun Food Support Scheme continued in different local governments that make up the state. Here are the pictorial evidence of the distribution in different local governments. In Oduotin,
jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ jẹ́ kó wó báyìí ìsọlá yóò dáa fún ó sì dáa fún àwọn ọ̀sán náà yóò dáa fún káńsù wa náà báyìí.
ọlọ́wọ́ wa ń ṣe ọlọ́run ní já sínú
àmín o
ọlọ́run jẹ́ kálẹ̀ àgbègà
àmín
ìwọ tán ṣe fún wa lóore ọlọ́run ní yóò dìgbà jẹ́ mọ́ ọ lọ́wọ́.
àmín.
a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa Alhaji Oyetola fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe ní gbogbo ọ̀nà láti rí ọwọ́ wọn ní Ọ̀ṣun State ní pàtàkì ní àgbègbè wa ń bí wọ́n lè ṣe takuntakun pẹ́pẹ́ ojoojúmọ́ náà láàárín nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe fún ará ẹbí ọ̀rẹ́ àtojúlùmọ̀ sọ wọ́n á fi àsìkò yìí ṣàdúrà fún wọn pé Ọlọ́run yóò máa tẹ̀ wọ́n síwájú ìgbéga yóò máa jẹ́ fún wọn oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run àbọ̀ Ọlọ́run yóò dájú ojú gómìnà wa.
Ife South. And Ifedaya local governments. Water, they say, is life. In the last 28 months of the present administration, a lot of efforts have been made in ensuring water is made available to the people. Special Advisor to the Governor on Water Resources and Energy explains efforts of the ministry in this direction.
We came on board sometimes in November 2019, and the major work of the ministry is to formulate policies that will provide directions for the agencies under the ministry, and we are to coordinate the activities of the agencies. Where we have done much, and one of the major and the key achievements of this present administration is the full implementation of the state water law that was enacted in 2015 by the Osun State House of Assembly. During the last regime, there was a directive by the federal government that there should be establishment of 2 more agencies to act with in support of the existing 2 agencies. The existing 2 agencies in the ministry, RUESA, which is a Rural Water Environmental and Sanitation Agency, and Osun State Water Corporation. But the two additional agencies that were just established by the present governor, Mr. Gboyega Oyetola, STOWASA, that we call Small Town Water and Sanitation Agency, and the Water Regulatory Commission. What is the work of STOWASA? STOWASA is to middle between urban and rural communities in providing potable water to the entire populace, and we are talking between 5,000 and 20,000 inhabitants, because Water Corporation is to take charge of the urban area, while WESA is to take charge of the rural area. I mean, that's the rural communities. So far so good on STOWASA. We have done some rehabilitation of some of our schemes. We have Osun here. We have, which was done by the state government. State government sponsored that project because there was a collapse on the scheme. And through the help of European Union, we have been able to rehabilitate Okuku mini scheme, Igbaye scheme, initial scheme. We have Orileowu scheme, among others.
Ilesha Water Project is a big project that will supply 60 million liters of water per day when completed. The special advisor speaks on the achievements recorded and challenges being faced.
At this junction, I have to appreciate the federal government, appreciate IDB, which is Islamic Development Bank, and our state government in collaborating on this Ilesha Water and Sanitation project. This is an ongoing project, and it is we are doing well. We have major components on this project. We have the water treatment plant, we have the distribution network, we have the transmission mains and booster station, we have the sanitation area, we have the the supply and installation of meters, among others. On the distribution network, which is laying of pipes from Kajola to Ilesha, the project is about 80% complete. We are doing well on that. We have about four lots on that component. On the area of transmission and booster station, it's I think that component was awarded around 2017, and it's about 60% complete. On the reservoir, we have three major reservoirs, that's concrete reservoirs. We have 10,000 cubic meter capacity for each, and that is about 50% complete. The two areas we're having challenges now is water treatment plant, which is majorly affected by pollution of our water due to illegal mining activities. We're working on that because the initial design of the project, of the plant, has to be changed because of the illegal activities, mining activities. And the new design has been completed, and we're working on that. It's just about 10% complete. That's the component. And one of the major factors that is hindering that is, like I said, about the adverse effect of this COVID-19, that the Chinese, that are the people we are collaborating in that are doing the design, could not be able to come into the country. We are working with them on seeing how we can be able to have some level of activities that will take place, that we can be able to progress on that particular component. On supply and installation of water meters, the same thing. I think the production is ongoing, which they have told us. We have seen the designs, we have seen how it is going on, but we're supposed to have visited China, which we could not go. But recently we had a Zoom meeting, and very soon we're going to have another thing that they're going to project all the produced meters. And we are assuring the state that everything is going to be fine on the project, because the project completion date is supposed to be 2022, and we're working with the federal government on seeing how everything will be fine. On the sanitation aspect of it, the project is yet to be awarded. We're going to do that one very soon. And part of the challenges we are facing, because we have actually written to the federal government, is about this. Even when we are doing the laying of pipes, we initially had problems, that's accessibility to our people at the communities. That's election is different, but we have to mediate with the intervention of the royal fathers, the chiefs, and other stakeholders in the area. So we have been given access, and everything was fine.
A number of boreholes were also sunk and rehabilitated in many towns in the state.
Recently, there is this project that we call this intervention project, that is PWASH. PWASH is a collaboration between the federal government and the state government in providing water. That is digging boreholes. We have about 91 boreholes that were, that's both hand pump and motorized borehole that were digged by the federal government in 3 major local governments. That's we have Boripe, we have Iriwole, and Ife South local governments. And very soon, more will be awarded under the PWASH program. And again, under COVID-19, during the last year, after the emergence of COVID-19, the federal government parlayed and collaborated with the state government in how we can make water and sanitation better for our people. So we collaborated, and the federal government came to our aid, and about 5 rehabilitated boreholes and 10 new boreholes were sunk in some of our communities in the state. And recently, they have sent their technical team to look at it. The projects are completed. And again, under UNICEF, even before we came on board, they have started the project, but it is during our own regime that we completed it, that we have almost 161 boreholes that were rehabilitated under UNICEF, which, like I said, was before we came on board, but it has been completed. And again, in the area of ODF, that's open defecation free, I'm happy to announce that Osun State is the only southwest state that is ODF free, that's open defecation free, in one of the local governments. We have a federal local government which is 100% ODF free now, and the local government has been awarded certificate. And recently, the federal government sent their team where the certificate was presented in the presence of the governor.
That's our package for today. Join us next Sunday, same time, for another edition of the program. On behalf of the coordinator, who doubles as the State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbemade, and the entire production crew, my name is Rafiu Hamid saying bye-bye.